okay.
Classified material next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me, look, I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage. Okay, so it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So
but anyway,
it was in a locked garage.
Yes, as well as my Corvette. But as I said earlier this week, people know I take classified documents and classified materials seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review. As part of that process, my lawyers reviewed other places where documents from my time as vice president were stored, and they finished the review last night. They discovered a small number of documents of classified markings in storage areas and file cabinets in my home and my personal library.
It's personal library. So, guys, let's get it, guys. I'm gonna go in this story about Biden and the classified documents. I got an interesting take. I'm gonna take on this. Definitely see a lot of people that's talking about both sides. And one was Patrick David. Now, I followed this guy. I like a lot of great stuff he was talking about, but in this session right here, he sounds like he's for the bullshit on the right side. It sounds like he's just fighting the left. Okay, one of his coworkers, this is his show, was telling him how it is on both sides. And I'm kind of tired. I guess I have a bias because I'm kind of tired of people it's just pointing fingers on the right and left instead of saying they both with the bullshit. So I'm going to show some clips of this, guys, right here so we can definitely see what's going on. And you can, I'll give y'all my take on it, on how I feel about it. Okay, let's get it.
Republicans don't necessarily do this. Democrats will say, Trump's got Russia. He's colluding with Russia. No, it was Hillary. Oh, you know what? This is a travesty for you to have files. No president, no person It was really Biden. Oh, when it comes down to taxes, these guys don't want to give back and they don't want to pay taxes. You pull up their charity. They barely give any money to charity, to anybody. Mm-hmm. Democrats are the worst at giving money to charity. Oh, these guys don't want to care about people. You care about people. So it's almost as if it's only like the kid that points out the other kid in your family. Like you got kids.
Now, first off, it just seems like you just going after, you trying to, cover up for the Republican side and say, hey, man, they actually doing it. And we all know that both sides is being, you can't be. And when we hear people from the left, they're going to be like, oh, but Trump did it, whatever. Or they're going to try to have no, both of them are corrupt. And you seem like you're taking up for the right side, okay? You seem like you just singling out just Democrats. You're not saying that, okay, listen, both of them are corrupt. We need transparency so we know what's going on. We know it's ways to swindle the system. Seem like he's taking up for the right side. And I be following Patrick. He said some good stuff, but right here, he wrong. You trying to cover up for the right side. Let's hear more.
One kid is pointing out another kid what he doesn't do. It's the kid that doesn't do it. Yeah. So it's a very interesting thing that they keep getting caught.
And the thing is, this is his show. So I'm going to let y'all see how when someone tries to bring up that point and bring up a valid point and try to talk down on Republicans, it looked like Patrick David was with the bullshit and he was trying to cover it up.
I want you to watch this here. Let's play this. We're playing it on 1.5 and watch the questions Peter Doocy asks and watch her reaction. And in the comment section and the chat section, you write down the questions he's asking, fair, and her reaction to it. Go ahead, Rob.
First, does President Biden have confidence in Transportation Secretary Buttigieg?
Yes.
Why?
Because Secretary Buttigieg he respects the secretary and the work that he has been doing. You have
now
seen the secretary on TV. You've probably spoken to him.
You've seen him on TV.
And
That's
they're doing
work.
everything that they can
Lord
to make
audio
sure
a little
that the
bit.
experience that
Andres, yeah.
is a good one. That's why they've held the airlines accountable. You've seen the secretary do that over and over again, and we understand what Americans have been going through these past couple of months. That's why the secretary has been very clear on making sure that they are held accountable, has put in processes in place to make sure that occurs. And yes, the president has confidence in Secretary Buttigieg.
And then on these documents, how could anyone be that irresponsible? Isn't that what this president says about mishandling classified documents?
The president spoke to this personally. He spoke to this personally. He believes that classified documents and information should be taken seriously. He takes them seriously, and he was surprised to learn by any records. I disagree. Here's what happened. Here's what happened once his. Well, let me explain to you the process. Here's what happened when his lawyers found out that the documents were there. They immediately turned them over to the archives.
Right.
But they immediately turned them over to the archives. I'm not going to go into specifics, but what I'm reiterating to you is what you heard from the president yourself, Peter, which is
hypocrisy at its best.
and how he respects and truly
America's getting sick of this
and takes this very seriously. And when he knew and how surprised he was by it, and the actions that the right actions that the lawyers took. Again, this is under investigation. This is under review by the Department of Justice, and we're going to let that process continue.
How can President Biden be trusted moving forward with America's secrets?
Because his lawyers, his team did the right thing.
But he had a closet with
His
classified
lawyers
information
did the right. Again,
Two closets, dude.
He was surprised that the records were there.
Now I believe Karen is full of shit, but she does a great job of just having to cover up the corruption. She does a great job. I mean, they got the right. That's the only person in office I can say that they got it right. She comes here every time they have to cover up for their stuff, and she does a great job. You know, Biden can't even cover for herself. It's crazy.
He spoke to this personally. He was surprised that the records were there, and when his lawyers found out and his team found out that they were there, they turned it over to the archives, and now it's being reviewed by the Department of Justice.
And just one more: why didn't President Biden want to see what's really going on at the border?
He did see exactly what's going on at the border.
He didn't talk to any migrants, and he didn't go anywhere that people actually cross illegally.
You can stop it here.
So he met.
Yeah.
Positive. So you see that. What are your thoughts, Adam, on her reaction?
Well, obviously, her job is to defend the president. Whether it's Huckabee Sanders or Caitlin McEnany or Sean Spicer, like your job is to represent the president. I just think I'm at a point where I don't think either side has a monopoly on being righteous. And I don't think either side has a monopoly on lying, cheating, and stealing. So what do I actually think? I think Trump did some shady shit, and I think Biden did some shady shit. And I think both sides are going to call each other out. They're going to have a
don't do
food
that
fight.
right now. No, don't do that. Adam.
I just did.
So here, he's telling him don't do that. I like how he's standing on 10. Adam's standing on 10. Y'all check it out.
Great. You can. Then moving forward, we want to ask you for your counsel on this.
That's
but what I'm saying, but listen to me. Isolate the concern. Isolate it. Don't give a bullshit answer like that.
Why is that bullshit? I think they're both
That's
guilty.
a copping out answer.
I don't think so at all.
Isolate the concern. In this case, where a person judges the other person, which Biden judged Trump. Trump never judged Biden on this area. Biden's judging Trump on what he did. Then he does it. What do you think about this isolated incident?
I'll give you a specific
with the way
answer.
Biden handled it.
I'll give you a specific answer.
And
I'll
don't
give
give a cop-out answer. Everybody does it. That's a cop-out answer. Give us a really in-depth analysis of what you think about this.
I'm not going to give an answer that you want to hear or the audience wants to hear. I'm going to give my opinion.
Exactly, Patrick. It's about what you want to hear. We don't care about your right-wing connection if you tied to him or not. It sounds like you are. We don't care about that. The man gave you, you don't care because he worked for you. He's standing on 10. That's how I feel. That's what I said. What you want me to say? You want me to say what you want me to say? Well, go hire somebody else. Okay, but Patrick, you got to make sure you keep your stuff intact.
But it's not about what we or the audience. Listen, no. Hang on one second. It's 2023. We have to improve. You have to improve. Hear me out. No. Listen. This conversation we had the other.
Classic of taking advantage of their own power. Okay, so his position is allowing him to be able to dictate, what's cop out and what's not.
The other day together. Don't give a cop out answer. Give a real answer. If somebody, if you ask me, right now, okay, if you ask me with Trump, I won't sit there and give an answer about, this. I'm going to say that's a screw up of what just happened here. You're hearing this guy. They go raid his house. They go into the wife's closet.
Now, mind you, I feel like Biden is on some. That's grimy. It's grimy what he's doing. If you're gonna go send troops out at Trump house and you're gonna have it, it is grimy, but you can't just be trying to really fight for one side, and that's what it looks like when you're trying to overpower. To me, y'all, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But it sounds like to me, he out of pocket.
Public, FBI, Garland, everything.
SWAT team at night.
Then you hear something like this and you say, they both lied. That's my answer. You think that, by the way, if the show is for the audience, you think the audience won with that answer?
Okay.
I'm asking actually a real question here. You think the audience wins with that kind of an answer?
Yes, because I'll tell you why. Can I
go ahead?
All right. Number one,
Can I? It's like, well, Patrick, you with the bullshit, man. The man gave you his answer. What you gonna beat the answer out of him? Or you gonna tell him he gonna get fired because he don't talk the same? Patrick need to get checked, man.
I'm saying that Biden fucked up, and this is hypocrisy.
You did not say that though. You're now saying it.
I said that he's guilty of hypocrisy, and that no party has a monopoly on righteousness and lying, cheating, and stealing. We just had a conversation with Neil deGrasse Tyson, who in his entire book broke down the fact that both motherfuckers lie, and that the Republicans are the party of family values, and Republicans preach family values. Well, if you actually look at the numbers, it turns out that the people who stayed married the longest and get the least divorced are the people in Massachusetts and the liberals.
This concern?
I'm not isolating concern, because there's a part of a macro perspective is that Biden lied and he's cheating and stealing, and Hunter Biden's guilty. That doesn't mean the fact that Trump didn't lie, cheat, and steal. I think they're all scumbags.
So just so you know,
sure, I cop
but
out
I
by
don't
saying
think
that they're both guilty.
That's not a cop out. What is how you feel, Patrick? You could say, I feel like that's a cop out. You said it's a cop out, and that's your opinion.
I don't think
so. You're saying that Biden's guilty, but Trump's not.
No, I think the part about this specific thing of hypocrisy,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to bring that up and to say, it's both sides. No, both sides don't make fake narratives about Russia for 3 years and talk about it on people like you believe it.
Here it is. He's trying to just say it's just one side. Here it is.
Okay. Both sides don't create fake narratives about what's going on with files, and they go to his place and embarrass the shit out of the guy. And that's never happened in the history of America to a president. Both sides don't do it. Only one side does that.
If you're asking me if Trump was treated unfairly, I'll say yes.
But it's not.
But it's not like Trump didn't shoot himself
nobody
in the
is
foot a
saying
million
that.
times.
If we haven't, the next topic we're going to is Trump's CFO. What are you talking about? It's the next topic I'm about to go into.
My point exactly, because he did shady shit also.
No, it's called isolate the issue.
Okay.
If I'm having a conversation with a person, and the conversation is around an issue, that's this issue. Don't give me another but. Yes, we all agree, but. In this area, if you look, okay, what is the criticism I give Republicans? What is the criticism I give Republicans? What is it? Okay, what is the criticism I give to Christians? Why was I an atheist for 25 years? Why am I very careful and uncomfortable about talking about the fact I go to church on Sundays? Why am I very uncomfortable with trying to I don't even want to almost advertise that part. Like I'm a Christian. Why don't I do that? Do you know why I don't do that? Because too many people from the other side use that as a way to be almighty and judge the other people to be perfect, and behind closed doors they're doing some shit.
Self-righteousness.
But that is a isolated concern to that area. That is the criticism they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
In this one here, on this isolated issue, this is hypocrisy. This right here, when you're sitting there just a few months ago, you're acting holy and knowing, do you know how many presidents and VPs have had declassified paperwork at their house? Do you know how many of them have had it?
Tell me.
Every one of them.
All of them do.
But no, it's not okay.
No.
It's the okay where when Trump had it, for people to say, yeah, we all have it. No. They turned it into the end of the freaking world. And then when this guy has it, what does Joy Behar say? Joy Behar says, well, listen, this is really what it comes down to. I trust Biden and I don't trust
Biden. Yeah, great answer.
No, I'm sorry.
We know trust applies, and we know Biden doesn't.
Which that's what I want to hear from you on this topic.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
Anyhow,
if it's a topic of,
he's covering up for the Republicans. I mean, he's making a point, but he's still on the Republican side. We can tell that you don't sound like you just don't like Democrats and you want the Republican.
About Trump. One time Donald Trump Jr. is out there and they give the speech with him and Kimberly Guilfoyle. Do you remember that one time they gave the topic and we're like, What the hell were they on? Do you remember that one time, a year and a half?
Kimberly Guilfoyle gave a speech clearly on cocaine.
Okay.
Okay.
But the point is this: we don't hold back from having opinions on issues. This right here is purely hypocrisy.
I agree with
this
you.
right here is hypocrisy in this sense, and they're not being held accountable to it. He's getting away with murder. What Hunter's done, none of Trump's kids have anything but the way the market sells it. But Trump's kids are bad, and Hunter, Biden's kids are good. They'll do a softball interview with a guy like, Hunter. Well, listen, life's been hard.
So, guys, I'm gonna stop it there. So, as y'all can see, I just feel like Patrick was just reaching with he seemed like he's trying to protect the right, but that's your, he works for you, but to be jumping on the man about his opinion when he's giving you that both of them are shady, and you don't want to hear that because you want to hear the Democrats are shady. You don't want to hear that the Republicans are shady. It's just like, it's people with the Democrats. They don't want to act like the Democrats are shady. They just want to point out everything for the Republicans. And we're going to keep having this corruption going on because y'all standing on both sides instead of just calling them out. We can't be on one side. We ain't banging no more. We can't do that. It's all one nation. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace.